Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead, Cande Roth. We need to get into something. You took the day off Friday.
Correct.
And that was to get your little baby Tilly spayed.
Correct.
Now, tell me when I'm wrong, and then you'll take over, okay? Prior to the procedure, there had been back and forth debate. Your boyfriend, Brian, didn't want the spay to happen. Your sons were talking about, hey, maybe we can breed Tilly and have some babies. And you made the appointment. You said, no, we're not going to breed. We're going to do this. We're going to do the spaying. And then I texted you Friday afternoon, and I said, how are you holding up? And hold on, I want to get the...
Yeah, just read the text. Don't make me talk.
Let me get the exact response.
Yes, please.
Because I care about you. Let's see. Okay, Friday at 11:41 a.m. Because you're supposed to do the drop-off at like 8 a.m., Cande?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. How are you holding up? You wrote, didn't go through with it, ... I know. And I said, holy bleep, and all this. Okay, so there was a famous Seinfeld episode, Cande.
Yeah.
When Kramer, I forget who, George or Jerry, one of them had to hold a baby. They were selected to hold the baby for a bris. It was a high honor, Cande. And
yes.
Kramer didn't want the bris to happen, the circumcision, right? So Kramer grabbed the baby and ran off with the baby. And the Moyle, who performs the bris, ended up cutting George's finger, and he passed out, and it was a whole to-do or whatever.
Funny.
Maybe,
yes.
I don't know if it was George. Actually, I don't know whatever. Long story short, George passed out. It might have been someone else's finger. But here, I think maybe it was Elaine's finger. But here's the deal. You reminded me of a Seinfeld episode. What happened?
Okay, so I had a bad feeling about it.
Uh-huh.
I really did. So we wake up, we're like, oh, we take her, we're dying. I'm feeling tears coming up to my eyes. I bought this puppy plan. They said the spaying was free as a part of the plan. Then they start taking, it's still the COVID thing where you have to sit in your car, which I don't like, and they come and get the dog. Okay. So there are other cars there, and they're taking the dogs, and I had to fill out all this paperwork that they never sent me. Mistake number one. And I'm reading, and it's talking about the anesthesia and the pain medication, and the reason that they don't stay overnight is because they don't stay there. There's no one there to take care of them. So if an emergency occurs, the dog will have to go to a vet hospital. And I'm just getting sicker by the minute. I'm like, oh my goodness. So then I'm saying, you never told me about the extra expense, which was about $300 for the anesthesia and the shots for medication. And, so anyway, Brian's like, I don't think we should do it. And I'm like, I think you're right. And anyway, I said, I need to read this all over. I need for you to have the vet call me. No, we're not doing it today. I'm leaving.
So Brian saw his opening. He saw you wavering.
He did.
And he took the opening. Was it a problem with your particular vet place, or just overall, you're done, it's out, it's over?
I think that had they sent me the information they were supposed to originally sent me, and I could read through everything, I might have absorbed it all, been able to do a little research, and figured it out. But being thrown at you, and I'm signing these pages, and I'm trying to, there's a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I said, wait a minute, what am I doing? This is my baby.
It's probably just standard language everyone has to fill out before something like that. You realize that, right?
I understand it, but usually, you don't sign a contract unless you read it, right?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I had 5 of them done, and I dropped the dog off. I don't even know that I signed anything. I dropped the dog off and
cold,
pick him up.
Heartless.
So
man.
Now, so what are the steps here? So this is over.
I want to talk to the vet today. It's
okay.
not happening right now. It will happen. I want to go over these expenses, and even because I've already paid into a puppy plan that should have had the spaying for free. So we'll get rid of all of that today. I'll have a big argument with them on the phone probably this morning, and then I'll reschedule.
All right, so a spay is still on the table.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Now, of course, the three blind mice, and by that I mean Brian, Casey, and Evan, are hocking me. Let's have one litter. One litter. Please, Mom, one. Casey and Jackie want a puppy. Evan wants a puppy. Our neighbors downstairs had interest in a puppy. So I'm getting this now, and I'm going nuts.
So let me just say this. I would consider having a Tilly puppy myself, Candy.
What?
I would consider having a Tilly puppy myself.
Oh my goodness.
But not that I want the dog to be spayed. I think that's the proper thing. I think childbirth for a dog is probably more dangerous than a spaying if you go Google it. I would have to believe that. But I don't know the full stats. Anyway, if you were to have a litter, I don't need a third dog. I don't want a third dog. I've told everyone in the house unequivocally that we are good with the two. We got two well-trained dogs. It's all good. Fine. But if Tilly was to have a litter, for the good of the show, Candy, I would consider having a Tilly baby.
Is Dana awake?
Trust me, she would take a Tilly baby in a second, okay?
Okay.
So, to be continued, we have a special song, as always, coming up at 7:30.
But we were relieved. I cried on the way home. Brian's like, why are you crying? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I didn't even... what a day.
All right, we've got more to discuss. This is not over. My Country, 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.